Excellent connection. That's cool. Usually our internet sucks too bad to even stream anything. More volume. All I got's music playing right now. Tell me how the voice volume sounds. Hey, what's up? How you doing? I can't stay because I gotta go to work. Hope you have a great life. Thanks. Yeah, we're just trying it out. Usually our internet sucks too bad to even pull this off, so we'll see. But I appreciate you stopping in and saying hello. Hopefully we're kind of testing out the settings, see if we can get away with doing some live motorcycle crash reviews and stuff like that. Do some Q&As, help some people out, teach some people some stuff. But yeah, let me know what the voice microphone volume sounds like. Might be kind of low and crappy. I can adjust it. Alan Dawson, greetings. Motoring with Mouseball, what's up? Appreciate you all jumping in, saying hello. Hope you're doing awesome on this, what is it, a Thursday today? It is indeed December 28th. Hopefully you guys have an awesome holidays and eating lots of good food and sugary cookies. All that fun stuff. Yeah, give me a mic check when you get a chance. Yo, yo. How are we feeling today? Everyone doing awesome? I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing pretty good. Kind of getting a slow start today. Actually, I say that, but I've been running around doing all kinds of stuff already today, but it feels kind of slow. Sound is good? Awesome. Thanks for the update. Yeah, I got a little bit of some, let's see what this music is. Japanese Zen music playing. Rain day in the bamboo garden with Japanese flute for soothing, healing energy. Sounds good. Alan Dawson. We have 60-degree weather in Charlotte, North Carolina. Took a nice ride today. Man, that's awesome. Here in Colorado, it's, I want to say, where's my weather? It's like 40 degrees right now. No snow on the ground, but a little chilly, a little wind blowing. I love North Carolina, though. It's beautiful out there. I spent some time in Asheville back in the day, and I think it's the Blue Ridge Parkway or Blue Mountain something. But went up there and hung out. Really pretty out there. I like it a lot. Working right now. What do you do for work, Mouseball? Besides be my my hype man and my marketing team and always supporting and shouting me out. Keep it up, might have to put you on the payroll. Salmana is awesome. So, just so you guys know, Salmana was one of my students in Pennsylvania a couple of years ago now, I want to say. But she did really well. She kept coming back and taking the course and practicing, and She got better and better and eventually passed and got her license. I think she has a scrambler. I forget if it's a Honda. I think it's a Honda. But she's got some kind of scrambler now and getting better and better at riding that. So it's cool that she pops in and says hello. See, Alan said, I just moved here from New Jersey. I'm loving the fact I can ride year round. Yeah, I was up in Pennsylvania, right there, Jersey, New York, Philly area, that Tri-City stuff. And yeah, I would ride year round in the winter, but it sucked. So I'm glad you're in a better location. You can and get some nicer weather, especially in late December. 60 degrees sounds awesome. Just about a week ago, we had some mid 50s, high 50s, 60 degree days a week or two ago. So it was pretty nice. Mouseball, I restore antique cars. Man, that's awesome. You should look into restoring some antique motorcycles too. Go work with Jay Leno. He's got Jay Leno's garage. He's got all kinds of crazy classic bikes and cars. You could probably make a fortune working with him. Coming to get me. Getting into the bikes because of my son and girlfriend. So what's the coolest antique car you ever restored, and what kind of restoration did you do? Was it like completely rusted out and junked out and you brought it back to mint condition, or what are we talking about? Yeah, you guys will have to let me know how the volume sounds. I can move this mic a little closer, maybe like right here. Trying to get everything kind of situated. Got the camera over here. Little GoPro plugged in, nothing special. Trying to get it all figured out. Hopefully the connection's still good. What do we... Usually it tells me. Excellent connection, nice. Usually my connection on here is so crappy that it's just stuttering and lagging the entire time and we can't even pull this off, so. Oh no. I restored a 1969 GTO, nice. 1932 Vicky, 1965 Mustang, 6-cylinder, and many more. Nice. That 69 GTO sounds good to me. One of these days I'll run up to Michigan and and get a I think it's a 68 Camaro sitting up in Michigan in Grand Rapids area. Wait with my name on it. Gotta go pick it up one of these days. I think it's kept in pretty good shape. It used to be like one of the original pace cars for some race back in the day. Right now I have a Honda Grom to start with, but I passed the MSF on Suzuki TU 250X. Hey, Mouseball, I thought I saw that in the picture that you posted on your community tab. I love those Suzuki TU 250s. We used to have a bunch of those in Pennsylvania when I was teaching up there. And that was like one of my favorite bikes to play on the range and encourage my students to ride. I love those TUs. They're a lot of fun. But yeah, Honda Groms are awesome. We had a bunch of those to train on as well, so they're really fun. But yeah, congratulations again on passing. That's awesome. This coming season, I'll be working MSF, Total Control, and hopefully get on with a few more vendors in this area. There's a lot of, pretty much all the curriculums are either MSF or Total Control, but there's a lot of third-party vendors, they're called. It's like basically independent companies that start their own training and teach one of those two curriculums. So hopefully I'll get on with as many places as I can out here and just teach and reach as many students as possible. And I can travel all around the area and teach wherever they have room and need help. I honestly don't think the instructor was as good as you. I learned more from you than MSF. Well, I appreciate that. I don't want to talk any shit or anything, but the reality is that a lot of current instructors do kind of suck. So I try to hold myself to a higher standard and be a little bit better, because I've noticed that kind of lack of good teachers out there. So I try to work really hard to be better, and because you know what it comes down to is people's lives are depending on you. If they want to go out and ride a motorcycle, they need to learn somewhere, and if you're not a great instructor teaching them the right way and the best way, then they can potentially get killed and hurt. So I try to take that really seriously and keep that in mind whenever I'm out teaching, that one day one little thing I say or one little thing I do or whatever, it could have a major impact on someone's life, and a little voice in their head that keeps them from getting killed or something. So I want to do my part to help them as much as possible. Let's see how we're looking. Custom paint helmets and bikes, so it works great for me to learn how to ride. Nice. Yeah, so it sounds like you do it all. Restoration, custom paint. You got it all going on. That's great. You'll be able to open up your own business doing everything, you know. Motorcycle restoration, paint job, or an entire body shop. Sounds good. Whoa. This thing's gonna kill me. A lot of my stuff is on the community page, and you do have a shop. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to go check out your page some more and look at some of your work. So what made you finally decide that it was time to finally take the class, get the license, all that stuff? Was there like kind of a deciding factor that I'm ready to do this now, or was it a financial thing, just waiting? Well, I just love your content because it's right to the point and easy to digest. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Trying to help you guys out. I want to help as many people as possible, as much as possible, so trying to make something that's useful for people to learn and be safe. Issue. It's getting crazy. Yeah, I appreciate that though. It's nice to hear some positive feedback once in a while that it's helping people and doing what it's supposed to do, help you out. I already know how to do all this stuff, so it doesn't do me any good to just sit and make videos teaching myself. But I wanna try to help and teach other people, so it's good to hear. I haven't spoken to my son in 25 years. He loves motorcycles. He asked me to ride, so I owe him that. Wow, that's awesome. Well, it sucks that you haven't spoken in 25 years, but It's cool you're honoring him by learning to ride and all that. That's what's up. Maybe at some point, I don't know if the situation, so sorry if I'm getting it twisted a little bit, but hopefully you guys can, you know, mend whatever gap there is, or find some peace or something like that and come back together. 25 years is a long time, so be nice if you guys can reconnect. But yeah, learning to ride, that's awesome. Hopefully that's opens up one of those doors, if that it is a possibility. Now that you're learning to ride, get a bike, you guys can have some common ground and ride together. Yeah. My girlfriend told me to watch you, and that's why I subscribed. Oh, that's cool. Who's your girlfriend? was she watched me previously, or she just randomly came across me and then told you to check it out, or what? I'm curious to know. I'm always curious to find out how people found my channel and found my content and stuff. Most of my subscribers and people are students, past students and stuff, so it's more rare now that I get people just coming across my content randomly. He's 25 and my ex decided to take him with her. He just recently reached out to me. Oh, that's awesome. So he reached out to you. That's cool. Well, shit. Now's the time. It's been a long time, but now there's a connection, or a communication has been established, and now you can get back in touch with each other. I'm sorry you had to wait so long to make that connection, but that's awesome that after all this time he reached out to you. Hopefully you guys can really form a strong bond and get to know each other after all this time. She's been watching your channel for a while. After she passed MSF, was unhappy with her instructors, so she decided to see if anyone was online. She found you. Well, that's awesome. I'd love to hear. I imagine she thought I was okay if she recommended me to you, so tell her thanks for. I'm glad my stuff was helpful to her. Hopefully it's been helpful, and thanks for sharing and passing it along. That definitely helps me grow. The more people who share my content and like it and tell other people about it, helps get me some exposure and help other people. So yeah, hopefully I was helpful to her though, and I've helped her learn some more skills since her MSF class. I've been trying to cover a lot of beginner stuff. Like covering just super basic, anything I can think of as far as, you know, clutch, friction zone, throttle control, controls. I have a whole category on my channel of how to ride a motorcycle, and I tried to go through like step by step every single thing you can think of, like how to get on a bike, how to get off, where's this, where's that, how does this work. So hopefully all that is helpful to some people. Hopefully. Yeah, the more I go and build these videos, hopefully I'll be able to add, like, just continuously add more and more advanced stuff as well for intermediate and advanced level people, and then track riders and, you know, Gymkhana, all that stuff. I want to have that all incorporated so everybody can learn everything they want to. But honestly, I hype your channel because there's channels like Yummy Noob that throw a lot of false information. Yeah, I can feel that. Well, I appreciate you, repping my stuff and hyping it and supporting me. Been trying to, every video I make with information about riding is kind of stuff that I just pull out of my head, like how it works for me and the way I learned how to do it and any tips that helped me out. So hopefully it translates and helps other people. And I try to keep in mind like simplifying some of the information to help other people learn too. If I'm getting too technical about something, trail braking and preloading and all this stuff, like if I try to just simplify it, use your front brake nice and smooth, so sometimes that can help people learn too. If you're getting a little too advanced and technical and all this jargon and stuff, then you kind of lose people sometimes. So try to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yeah. Appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate your support as always. You'll have to let me know how if you can still hear the music along with the voice, if all that's kind of a good balance. I think you said the audio sounded good, so. I got the music playing in the headphones up here, so that sounds pretty nice. And then I can kind of watch the stream connection over here and check out the chat. See what's going on. Alright, what's your opinion on the AGV K6 helmet? My girlfriend got one for me for Christmas. I think AGV's pretty much got good products across the board. I don't have a lot of experience with AGV personally because what do I got? I got a Shoei helmet, Icon. I've had a couple other brands. I don't think I've ever owned an AGV myself, but I'm trying to think if at the range I've probably worn one. We have some that we lend to students out there. So, but yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of MotoGP and track riders rock AGV, and so if it's good enough for them, chances are it's gonna be good enough for anybody like riding on the street. As far as like safety goes, they're kind of a good baseline to look at. Whatever gear they're wearing, if they feel, those riders and those teams and managers and everybody feels comfortable that those products and brands are gonna keep their riders safe, doing 200 miles an hour on a track and getting super technical and gnarly, then that's probably a safe bet for something you can wear on the street doing 40 miles an hour and cruising around town and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'll have to look into the K6 specifically. I'm not entirely familiar. But yeah, I'm sure if your girlfriend got it for you, then it's gonna be great. It sounds like she has good taste if she told you about me. So, but yeah, I mean, the best thing about helmets is you try it on. If it's got a good fit, a good feel, a good shape, all that, if you like the way it looks. And then kind of the weird thing about helmets is you never want to find out how good it actually is, right? Because that means you had a gnarly crash and hit your head on the ground. And so it's like you want to have the best gear possible, but you don't want to know if your gear is actually that good, because that kind of takes a crappy situation to find that out, if that makes sense. But yeah, AGVs. My Honda Gram will have a 2021 Ducati Monster headlight. The light has high and low plus the daytime running lights. I feel like it will improve the looks of my Gram. Yeah, Groms are awesome. What year is your Grom? I don't know if you said already. I don't see it, but I like Groms a lot. A couple of the training Groms we had were, I want to say, like 2021 models. maybe some 2022s. But Groms are a blast. They're so much fun to learn on. They're really forgiving. I think most of them are 125s by default, so super low power and but enough like lightweight zippiness to have some fun, zip around, but very forgiving for new riders still learning the fundamentals and basics and all that. 2024 ABS. Ooh, we got the sweet brand new model, huh? That's sweet. Uh-oh, that's a mistake. Yeah, that's cool. So the question is, have you practiced with that ABS yet? So that's gonna be one of the best things to really, one of the best things that'll benefit you on that Grom is gonna be to take it out and really test that ABS out and feel it out and experiment with it as much as you can. Get a lot of reps with how that ABS responds and feels and all that. I like to go find an empty parking lot and just practice braking and stops for hours and hours. It's a lot of fun, and you can really benefit from that. It's probably one of the best things, if not the best thing you can practice on your motorcycle. It's just stopping your bike over and over. And try to just start out with the smoothest stop you can possibly do, like super slow, super smooth, and just draw it out for like 40 feet, super smooth like butter, and then just work on progressively shorter and shorter stops, getting a little faster at it, but maintaining that smoothness while you decrease the distance of your stop. My girlfriend started on a Grom, went 250, then a Ninja 400 after that, and a Aprilia RS 660. Now she has Ducati V4S. Wow. Sounds like she's been on quite the journey. How long has she been riding? That's a pretty good step up that she's done. Grom to a 250, Ninja 400, 600, now the Ducati. She's sounds like she's doing it right, in my opinion. She's taking like one step up at a time, and lots of good experience on those different bikes. I'm a little jealous because that sounds. I wish I had all those bikes. I've ridden a ton of motorcycles, but I've owned very few. Been really much too poor to afford anything. Yeah, I like the Ninja 400s a lot. I'm curious what the 250s she was on is. 250s are kind of a cool area, like that Suzuki TU 250 you trained on in MSF. That's such a fun bike. I love those bikes. Oh. She watched your videos and she spent more time practicing in a parking lot and referencing your videos. Hey, what's up, Trevor? How's it going, brother? Hope you're having an awesome day. How you feeling? That's cool. So, Mouseball, I guess you'll have to let me know. Did she feel like watching my videos and then practicing in the parking lot? Was that a good strategy? Did that help her get to where she felt comfortable? I guess my real question is, what I'd like to know is, was there any areas that she felt lacking that she wished I would have had videos for that would have helped her more? Because that's the stuff I need to work on and make to help more people out. Hey, what's up, Amber Meows? Let's see, what do we got? We just work our asses off, so even though we got some cool stuff, we got no life. I hear that. Yeah. Lots of work. I mean, that's kind of the way the wheel goes, right? run on the wheel all day, try to save up some money and buy some cool stuff and play with it, and then go run on the wheel some more. So Amber Meow says, hi Instructor Cory. Also let Instructor Val also know I said hi. David from PA, I was in your guys' class 2 years ago at Norristown DMV. That's what's up. Hey David, hope you're doing awesome. The Amber Meows thing kind of threw me. I wanted to call you Amber, so I'll call you David instead. That's awesome. So yeah, another PA student from Norristown. How's the motorcycle journey going? Tell me all about it. I want to hear it. Are you still riding? Are you still practicing all the time? What kind of bike you on? Have you taken any additional training? Oh. Trevor said, hope all is well. To be honest, it's my birthday today. And my dad just passed on a few days ago, but I'm keeping the faith and keeping positive. Was just watching your videos just now to cheer me up. Man. Well, Trevor, situations like that are always tough. I'm glad I can be here to help cheer you up. Just keep your head up, keep moving forward. Anytime my friends or family members or loved ones experience loss, I try to remind them to think about the life and celebrate the life instead of mourn the death, if that makes sense. It's kind of an old surfer mentality and stuff, but if a surfer dies and goes down, then all the fellow surfers get together and, you know, make a big kind of circle and let out a big cheer, and it's, yeah, you're celebrating the impact the person had on the world and the time that they were here, and not being regretful or sorrowful for now that they're not here anymore. So maybe you can experiment with that and try it out and see how it goes. But my partner's lost a bunch of her furry loved ones this year, so she's been struggling with that, and I've been trying to encourage her to appreciate the time that she did get to spend with them and not be too sad for the time that she won't get to spend anymore. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag, right? Happy birthday, but sorry that you're in that situation. Mouseball said, yes, it did. She said that she wishes you had a book that had courses she could help set up on her own so she could learn from you. Well, that's awesome that you say that, Mouseball, because I don't know if it's really a surprise because it's not very far along in development yet, but that is one of our plans for this year, 2024, coming up, is actually getting a book out. I want to try to put together just kind of like a basic beginner guide, you know, everything from the controls on the motorcycle, first getting on the bike, and then like by the end of the book you'll kind of have all the fundamentals down and be able to ride on the street comfortably or get going in that direction. So yeah, I can throw in some drills in there and you know, some cones and all that. That way you can buy yourself a little pack of cones on Amazon or whatever and throw them down in a parking lot and practice all this stuff. So that'll be something to look forward to. Let's see what else. By any chance you got around to any tips for handling gravel or any road surface hazard on the road? Yeah, Trevor, I'm actually working on that, the low traction stuff, the gravel. I got some roads right nearby that are pretty much entirely made of gravel and dirt, unimproved roads and stuff like that. So I've been working on some of that stuff, the low traction, the gravel, the maintaining traction while taking turns on those type of roads. So hopefully I'll have that video posted really soon. It's been kind of slow because of how cold it's been, but yeah, I'll get that stuff up as soon as possible to help out. Let's see, it's been going really fun and still practicing at the corporate parking lot near the apartment home. I bought a 2022 MT-07. Man, that sounds nice. Only put in about 1,600 miles on my first riding season. I mean, 1,600 miles isn't nothing. That's a good stretch of road, so that's awesome. Yeah, especially on a nice new MT-07. I was just doing a video review the other day with some of those Yamahas and the MT-09 and the MT-10 SP or something like that. But those bikes are sweet. The MT-07 included too. So all those MTs, they got a good line of bikes there. I think they have like a 03 and 05 and 07, like every kind of step-by-step class of bikes. So they have a kind of a smart strategy there going on. But yeah, I like those a lot. They look really awesome. And my bike, my main bike that I ride is going to be 20 years old in just a few days, I guess, with the turn of the new year. So I'm on a 2004 motorcycle. So anytime I hear anybody riding a 2022 or 2024, I'm pretty jealous. Must be really nice and smooth. Yeah, 1,600 miles is good. But you said you've been practicing in the parking lot. Have you had the chance to kind of expand and do like local neighborhood streets and roads and towns and cities? Have you gotten on the highway yet? I'm curious to know like what kind of radius you've expanded to at this point. If you can get yourself to work and back, how far is that? Stuff like that. I have a video I put out, I want to say a month ago or so, but it was like, yeah, after you pass the MSF course and get your own bike, how do you start practicing on the street? Because it's a whole different world. So I found this little neighborhood and kind of went street by street and doing laps and trying to show that that's a good way to kind of progress and get your confidence going and get your feet wet. So yeah. I always approach riding as if I'm a new rider, and it helps me not get too overconfident in riding. That's good. Yeah, I've been riding for a long time. I don't want to say exactly how long because, I don't want to date myself too much and make you guys laugh at me. But but I've been riding for a while, to be honest, and that's a great mentality to have. I can still think of myself and view myself as a new rider, and maybe not new, but still with something to learn. And if you can carry that mentality with you your entire life of riding, that'll really benefit you in a lot of ways. That you're never too good on a motorcycle. You'll never be too advanced. There's always something more to learn. There's always a skill to improve, and even like little tiny amounts, dial it in just a little more and get yourself even better and better all the time. So viewing yourself as still a learning new rider with more to learn. Believe it or not, the top echelon of riders on the planet, MotoGP guys and racers, that is the majority of them. Their mentality is that they're always looking for that next step because they want the edge, right, to win all these races. So them and their teams, they have to analyze every little thing. What can I do better? And then they get super specific about like the racetrack that they're racing on, breaking it down like corner by corner and stuff. So it's not just what skills can I get better at, but what skill can I get better at in this one specific turn, and then leading into the next turn, what skill can, so it's just an on and on endless learning possibility and potential there. So yeah, keep on learning as much as you can. If you can set aside like a little bit of money every time you get paid or something, just put it in a little separate pile and designate it as a training fund. And then every time you get, some trainings are a couple $100. So every time you get enough, then find the next level of training whether it be, you know, an intermediate class, an advanced class, a dirt class, whatever, right? So just keep on looking for that next level and saving up and getting that next level of training, and that'll really benefit you. And if you just continue to be a lifelong learner and keep training and progressing, you'll be so good. And it'll keep you a lot safer once you get out on the actual roads and cruise around. You'll be like, whoa, this is easy. Let's see. Thanks, looking forward to the vid, and congrats. Just keep aware of all the best practices when on that MT. I rode a 2015 and 2018 19 MT, but they are so expensive here, around 16K to 20K. Just hearing the price, I get excited when I hear the year, like 2022 model, 2024 model. I get excited, but then when I hear the price tag associated with that, my excitement like immediately goes down, because then it just becomes depression or something. I'm like, wow, I could never afford that. Like 16 grand, 20 grand for a motorcycle. Oh man, I would love to be able to. If I was a billionaire and win the lottery, I would definitely scoop myself a new bike. But yeah, I'm poor. Route 202 heading to Doylestown is pretty fun, and the closest thing to the Twisties experience we can have here. I also ride to the gym, which is about 15 minutes away, at Horsham, PA. Horsham. Well, good. So yeah, if you got a road that emulates Twisties, I feel like that 202 runs all the way over to like New Hope and that area. It sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember. It's been a minute since I left PA now, so I'm kind of drawing a blank. But yeah, Twisty Road's good. Ride to the gym 15 minutes away. That's good. So yeah, little increments, 15 minutes in kind of mellow city town streets, and then try to expand on that and work your way up. And I always try to talk about it like a radius, like if this is your, I don't know if you see the camera that well, but if this is like your 15-minute block, then next time just try to like expand by one more street, like add 5 more minutes to your loop, you know? And then once you get comfortable with that, add another 5 minutes, and like just keep expanding that box more and more. And then in no time you'll be able to cruise anywhere cross country, you know? Always approach riding with a willingness to learn. Yeah, that's the way to say it. I ramble on about it for 20 minutes and you just package it in this nice concise sentence. Always have a willingness to learn. That's what YouTube does to you, right? You start out concise with an idea, and then you end up getting into it and getting passionate about it and talking about it for like half an hour. At least I do. I had a friend ask me about skydiving back in the day, and it turned into a 5-hour conversation in the car ride. I'm just geeking out over everything to do with a parachute. Pretty funny. Said I wanted to take the intermediate class, but it filled up really fast and was not able to. Do you plan on becoming an instructor at the Norristown DMV again? Currently I'm out teaching in Colorado, but we're always kind of traveling and moving around, so there's no telling. We do have some desire to kind of at least visit PA again in probably the near future, maybe sometime this coming year. But yeah, we're kind of on the move a lot, so might be having a little bit of lagginess going on. It's letting me know. Let's see if we can adjust it real quick. We were having an excellent connection for most of the time. But yeah, if we ever end up back up in PA, then I'll definitely, post something on Facebook or throw a video up and let everybody know that, hey, we're in the area. So, but there's a couple other good instructors up there, I believe, at the moment. So if you get a chance, if another one of those intermediate classes opens up, then try to take advantage of that. There's the Norristown location, and then there's another one in Phoenixville, which isn't too far away from there. I want to say maybe like 20 minutes to Phoenixville. I think they offer an intermediate class there as well. It's at like a school. They have a couple parking lots. I think they just opened up a range in like downtown Philly as well. So if that's something that's close to your area, I would definitely look around or contact the office out there and say, hey, Instructor Cory told me there's a couple different locations. I'd like to find the one nearest me and blah, blah, blah. They should be able to help you out. But yeah, they're trying to get some more locations going out there. But yeah, the intermediate's a lot of fun because you get to bring your own bike, and we teach you to do all kinds of cool stuff on that. So it's a beneficial class. Mouseball said, I won't be poor for long. I hope you're right. I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of which, I have my channel page pulled up right here. We did just get this new feature available for memberships. So you can see there, I think next to the subscribe button, there's a join button now. So if anybody ever feels inclined to support the channel and stuff, you can hit that join button. I think it's like $5 a month. You can join up and you get some kind of perks and stuff like that for becoming a member of Cory's Club. So check it out. If anybody you know is into it, then share it with them, let them know. But yeah, hopefully we can get some financial blessings in 2024. Planning on throwing out some merch coming soon. Got some t-shirt designs in the works, stickers, stuff like that. We're gonna get the book going. So got some big plans for this year, and hopefully that'll help bring in a little bit of food money and rent money. New Hope all the way to that free toll bridge in New Jersey. That graded bridge was scary to ride through. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you know what's up. Yeah, I loved cruising from, I'm trying to think of the area, like Manayunk, I guess. It'd be like the 76, Manayunk, and then you could cruise over Roxborough. I forget what's over there. But you would head like, what direction is that? East, I guess, from Roxborough and Manayunk. You'd hit the 202, and then you'd take that north. Or maybe that's west. I think west. But anyway, yeah, you jump on that 202 north all the way to New Hope and that bridge. Yeah, they were always doing construction on that bridge where the grading was like in disrepair or in decline, and they would be pulling up big chunks of that bridge grading and repairing it. So it's kind of sketchy to think about riding across that on a motorcycle. They'd have it kind of shut down to one lane sometimes. But yeah, that's a cool area up there. And that brings you right across that big river. But yeah, New Hope's a cool town. Some good rides up to there and around there. There's some really steep hills you can go practice on. There's some kind of tower right there next to New Hope, because there's like Washington's Landing or something, and then there's some big like Count or Duke's Tower nearby. It's somehow on some big hill, and to get to it, there's like some windy, curvy, steep hills. But we rode some motorcycles up through there before, and that was a lot of fun. And then once you get to the top of that tower, let's see. You can design some t-shirts and merch for me, huh? All right, that's what I need. Need some designs coming through. Let's see. It's true they sell bikes price to year ratio. MTs are the hot bikes, so they really make you ask yourself, do I want fun on two wheels or function with four? Yeah, with a price tag like that, I mean, Instructor Val, her Subaru Crosstrek, I think it's like a 20, I don't know, it's pretty new. but that car was 20 grand. So it's crazy. You can get a full kind of crossbreed SUV for 20 grand, or you can get a motorcycle, which most people won't want to ride year round anyway. But yeah, I mean, if you have the money, the motorcycle is definitely something to consider. So, and nowadays you can take out payments and loans and all that, and you know, the payments aren't too bad. I don't think you pay a couple $100 a month or something, and enjoy this really awesome new motorcycle. So it's definitely something to consider. But yeah, something I consider for about 5 seconds, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm broke. I can't consider this anymore. Alan said, not gonna lie, I'm still a little nervous on the twisties. I still get nervous with the lean, but I'm getting there. I just ride in my comfort zone and push it here and there. Yeah, well, that's good. I put out a video recently. It was called like 93% of why 93% of riders crash in curves. And the beginning of the video starts with some footage of some guys going through some twisties, you know, some curvy roads. And that video will really help you, just as far as it points out kind of the 3 main mistakes that most riders make in those twisties and in those curves. And that's like coming in too fast, not turning their head, not looking far enough through the turn, and then not having effective counter steering, and all that just kind of comes with practice and time. But if you can remember those 3 steps and just apply those to every single turn as you're getting started, as you're becoming more confident and comfortable, then you'll never encounter a turn that's too much for you. Like if I'm cruising through the canyons, like out here in Colorado, there's some awesome canyons going up to Estes Park from Denver, and up into the mountains, Morrison and all that. But a lot of crazy twisty roads and cool curves. If I'm cruising through there and the speed limit's like 45, I can do 45 in the straightaways, but as soon as I see a turn coming up ahead, I'm not gonna just charge into it doing 45. So I can slow down all the way to 30 miles an hour or 25 miles an hour, whatever. Slow down as much as you need to while you're still in the straightaway preparing for that curve up ahead. And then you can get yourself in position, you can turn your head, start looking, you can get your body position applied and get yourself all set up before the curve even starts. And then if you did slow down all the way to 25 and you feel good about it, and now you have full visual of the curve all the way to the exit, you're like, yeah, this is a great speed, I'm gonna be able to rock this curve. Then you just maintain that throttle 25 miles an hour all the way through there. Or you can start accelerating if you're like, wow, I slowed down way more than I needed to, this curve isn't that extreme. So now you can start rolling on the throttle, speeding back up to 45 as you go through the curve and into the next straightaway, and so on and so forth. But the basic thing is slow down always, and then you can always speed up. But if you don't slow down and then you're maintaining 45 in the straightaway, here comes the curve, you turn your head, you're still doing 45, and you realize, oh crap, this curve is tightening up a lot, I'm kind of going too fast. Now you're entering that area of like, wow, it's too late to make adjustments now. And so avoid that situation altogether. Slow down first, then speed up afterwards, and no curve will ever be too scary or too much or too tight for you. And if you have to, slow down to 5 miles an hour to take the curve, So, but yeah, what it comes down to for me a lot with students I'm training and people who ask that question, because a lot of the riders out here in Colorado want to be able to get comfortable enough to do those twisties. I try to tell them, if they were out there on the road by themselves and there were no other cars or anybody around, they could make the journey from Denver to up into the mountains as slow as they needed to, and just get familiarity with the road and with the curves and with the bike and lean and everything. The problem comes from other motorists and other drivers, because if it's your first time going into those twisties on your bike, or you're still not very comfortable with them, you have cars riding your butt doing 45, 50, sometimes 60 miles an hour, and they're just right up on your butt and they want you to hurry up. And so that kind of puts beginner riders in this weird headspace of like, oh crap, I'm looking in my mirror, I see this car behind me, I need to go faster because these people are waiting on me. And that's a courteous thing to do because you don't want to hold up everyone on the road, but it's a dangerous thing to do because now you start riding outside your limits because you're letting the person behind you dictate how fast you take that next curve and stuff. So instead of worrying about them, you have to just focus on you. And if they're pissed off and honking at you and whatever, you can look for opportunities to pull off on the shoulder and like let a big line of cars pass if they all want to go racing, and then you can resume when it's clear. But the sooner you can kind of forget about them and just ride your own ride, and you know, the reality that they might have to wait a little bit longer because you're going a little bit slower than they are. But yeah, take it as slow as you need to, be as safe as you feel like you need to, and then you won't have any problems. But as soon as you let them like pressure you, like, oh shit, they're doing 50, they're riding my butt, I gotta do 50, that next turn coming up, you take it doing 50, trying to just be nice to them, it's gonna get you in trouble. So anyway, all that said, Mouseball, consider me a member. Welcome, member. Awesome. I'll consider you a member. Welcome to Cory's Motorcycle Club. We should get some patches made and stuff, right? I actually have some funny designs in the works. I'll have to pull some up next time so I can show all of you, but got some fun designs we're playing with. So Trevor, yep, make it happen, give him all the help he needs. Yes. Okay. Oh, David said, I'll keep a lookout in the future. Definitely would like to meet up with you guys again when given the chance. Let us know when you guys are around the area. Yeah, absolutely will. Hopefully we can get out. Colorado, we came out here with the intention to be working a lot more and kind of reaching a lot more people, because in PA they actually shut down the motorcycle training program during the winter, usually because it's so cold and slow that they can't justify like paying the rent for classes, so they shut it down. So we came to Colorado because they supposedly had like a year-round training schedule, and I was cool with that. I wanted to work a lot more and teach more, but then we got out here and it's kind of the same situation where it gets too cold and slow and all that. But yeah, as soon as we're in the area, we will definitely broadcast it and let everyone know, and do some meetups and some training. Been trying to offer some free training out here and meeting up with people in parking lots and private lessons and stuff like that, just to help people out. So it's been pretty good. All right, let's see where I'm at. I ramble on and get lost. Let's see. We should all put a ride together, do the Tail of the Dragon here in North Carolina, make it a camping trip. Would be loads of fun. I agree. I would love that. My 2024 Gixxer 750 is costing me $20,000 financed. I also financed my services for 3 years. Wow. So yeah, $20,000 bike, but brand new. So I mean, if you enjoy it, if you're having fun on it, then the money is kind of secondary, right? If you can afford that and live comfortably and not be struggling, then yeah, get a cool toy and enjoy your life. Some people kind of die with a lot of money in the bank, so what good does that do you? Other people, are like me and could never dream of a $20,000 bike, or I can dream, I guess, but that's about it. I did the Tail of the Dragon very slowly, was getting passed by everybody, but I loved it and realized the bike does what it tells you to do, and just ride my bike and not worry what everyone else does. Yeah, the bike does what you tell it to do. Yeah, that's what I thought you were trying to say, so glad I saw that. But yeah, I mean, the bike does exactly what you want it to. Never let the motorcycle control you. You're always controlling the machine. That's part of that whole like total control, cool, kind of what do they call it? Their jingle, their catchphrase, their slogan is like being able to put the bike where you want, when you want. That's kind of the definition of total control. So that's a pretty cool mentality to have, and that's the one you want when you're riding a motorcycle. Is you want to be able to put your machine exactly where you want to take it. You never want to let it take you for a ride and get you killed. So, but yeah, you did the tail of the dragon. You did it slow. People passed you. That's a good way to do it, and that's the reality. On a road like that where it's super twisty back and forth, the danger comes from all those people trying to pass other people going slowly, because now they're risking head-ons with other people coming the other way. So it gets pretty dicey out there sometimes. So you got to really be on the lookout and on your toes. But yeah, Trevor, Cory, do you know anything about rebuilding an engine like a 250? I rode dirt my first time ever on a bike, and there's nothing in this world like it. Pure bliss. However, I don't have a clue about rebuilds or knowing when to rebuild. Was considering just maybe getting one for fun. Trevor, you should reach out to this Motoring with Mouse Ball right here. He does restorations on antique cars and motorcycles and custom paint jobs, so I bet he's got all the answers for you for rebuilds right there. But yeah, I've done a lot of work on my bike, but never like a full engine rebuild to this point, and hopefully not anytime soon, so I can keep riding it. But yeah, I've torn it apart a few times and kind of refreshed some parts here and there, but never a full rebuild. But yeah, I mean, YouTube, right? But yeah, Motoring with Mouse Ball, he'd probably give you some tips on all of that. Yeah, dirt's a lot of fun. Learning to ride in the dirt is a great strategy if you're still kind of learning traction or worried about traction. Once you get comfortable in the dirt and the gravel and the snow and stuff like that, then you get back on some asphalt, you'll never even worry about traction again. You'll be like, wow, I have so much traction, I don't know what to do with it all. I'm not sliding at all. This is weird. But yeah, dirt's fun. Let's see. Show us the designs you have in mind before you finalize. All right. Yeah, well, yeah, I've been drawing up some stuff lately and getting some input from Instructor Val. So we wanna eventually have a bunch of different designs, right, for T-shirts and stickers and all that. But I want to try and narrow it down to like a couple styles or characters or stuff like that. Like I have one that I've been working on that incorporates kind of like an image of myself, and then some of the fur babies that Instructor Val lost this year, and then just some other hobbies and interests I have, like martial arts and stuff like that. So got some pretty cool designs, but we'll definitely share them with you guys when we get closer to that and get some feedback from you. Let you know, see which ones are your favorites. Let's see. Did you ever picture yourself being an instructor, or did you always know this was for you? That's a good question. No, I never pictured myself being an instructor, actually. That's a good question. That's actually like a cool story, I guess. I'll try to keep it short. Here we go. I've been riding motorcycles for a while, but never thought about teaching other people how to ride. But there's been several times in my life that I was, I guess, kind of just a natural teacher or educator, or trying to be. I think the closest I came to that was with martial arts. I've been doing martial arts for a long, long time, and at one point I was helping teach kids, like a kids class in Taekwondo, and I wasn't really thinking of it as I'm an instructor, I'm a teacher. I was just having fun, and I enjoyed teaching other people and watching them learn and progress, and watching the switch flip and the light go on and those kind of things. And especially with little kids, they have a ton of energy, so they're like bouncing off the walls, and they're really sporadic and hard to focus. But if you can help them focus in and have some fun and practice a certain technique or a move, then they really excel and progress at it, and they have so much fun doing it. So I really enjoyed teaching martial arts and helping people learn, and I would hear feedback from their parents sometimes for the kids' classes, like, days and days after the fact, after the class. I'd be in there just training or something, and the parent would come up to me and say, my kid had so much fun in your class. They were completely exhausted after the class. They slept all night. They were really quiet, so it was a blessing, in the household. But they had so much fun in your class. They learned a lot. They wouldn't stop talking about it. They can't wait to do another one. So that kind of feedback's cool. And after hearing that enough times from enough people, it started to kind of make me feel like, maybe I'm kind of good at this. Maybe there's something here. So I liked teaching. And then, I think the motorcycle instruction stemmed from knowing a lot of people who were crashing and dying, and a lot of people who had lost loved ones on motorcycles. And I had been riding and experiencing all of it myself, like bad riding habits, going fast, being stupid, lane splitting, all that stuff. And I wanted to become better and be safer and more responsible myself and hold myself to a higher standard. And I wanted to promote that type of riding to other people, because the reason so many people were crashing and dying is because they were riding like idiots. So if I could practice and learn to ride better and safer and really work on my skills and learn skills and techniques and show people that there's fun to be had in challenging yourself and getting better and not just riding like a hooligan, So yeah, somehow the dots connected and the planets aligned and all that stuff, and Sailor Moon came out and did a dance, and somehow I became an instructor, and I got offered the chance and went and did the training and all that, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and here I am. It's been many years now. I've been teaching motorcycle training, and it's kind of a mixed bag for me, to be completely honest, because as much as I enjoy teaching motorcycle training, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, if that makes sense. It's very fulfilling to watch people learn and grow, but I'm always worried that a lot of my students are going to go out and get hurt or get killed, no matter how good of a job I do teaching them. So that's something that I struggle with, to want to teach people to be as safe as possible, but not knowing if I'm going to be able to do that. So anyway, never knew I wanted to be a motorcycle instructor, but here I am and I love it. So I want to keep doing it, and I want to try to help as many people as possible. And this whole YouTube channel stemmed from me teaching people in person and still wanting to do more and reach more people. So then I made this channel to try to help more people, reach more people, because even the small groups that I meet in person is, very small percentage of the entire motorcycle population and all the people that are crashing and getting hurt. So I want to try to slow down the crashes and fatalities and help people. Hopefully that answers that question. But yeah, teaching's fun. And it helps me become better too. Every time I teach, it helps me get better, and I can analyze things in a different way and be like, maybe teach myself in the process, or learn through what I'm teaching other people. So it's a good place to be. Alan said it's only costing me about $250 a month. All right. Yeah, and instructor Val, she was making car payments for a while, and I want to say they were around there, a couple $100 a month, and that's not bad, right? If you can have a brand new sick ass motorcycle for $250 a month, and that's not hurting your wallet, and you can still afford rent and groceries, then that sounds like an awesome deal. $250 a month for me is like, I have to spend that on rent and food and utilities and all that. But I don't have an extra $5. But yeah. Yeah, check them out, Trevor. Let me know. They were in here a little bit ago. They might have dipped out, but yeah, if you get in touch with Mouseball, they might be able to give you some pointers. Alan said, I'm glad you decided to teach how to ride. It's really been beneficial to me and my riding and how I approach my bike. I'm grateful for you, sir. Oh, I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot. Yeah, I've had a lot of students say that they are glad they got to train with me, so I must be doing something right. Trying. Yeah, I always feel like I want to do more, though. Like, no matter how many of these videos I've made so far and how many classes I've taught, I still feel like there's a big gap that I'm missing or I haven't filled yet. Like, I want to be able to help people even more, reach even more people, something, you know? And I'm not entirely sure what that is or what that means right now, but I'm trying to figure it out. Like, do I need to make more videos about certain things? And I get a lot of feedback from people, and I'm trying to make those videos, you know, whenever I hear like traction videos or turning confidence or this or that. Like, do I just need to make more videos on more topics, or is there another level that I can bring to this, like meeting people for, you know, one-on-one training? And what I think one thing I would really love to do is do on-street training with people, where like they would book a class with me or book a lesson with me, and I would go meet them, and I'd be on my bike and they'd be on their personal bike, and we'd basically go ride around the streets together, and then like have designated times or locations to pull off, and then I could give them, you know, one-on-one feedback and coaching, and I could, you know, lead them around sometimes, follow them around sometimes, so I can observe and analyze and be like in their hip pocket, in their side pocket, and give them real-time feedback and instruction and critiques. And that's something that I've done with like Instructor Val when she first learned to ride. That's kind of the way she learned, and how I taught her was getting out and riding with her, and then pulling over and giving her a bunch of thoughts and stuff to work on, and then go ride some more. And she's gotten really good. She's an instructor now, so something working. Let's see. Trevor, he's really a humble individual, and you can sense the sincere concern for helping others, so that was his way to express himself. Well, your channel is global, so your contribution will definitely reach beyond what you even know. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I appreciate the kind words, and we'll see what happens. I'm trying to do as much as I can, and trying to grow this channel. That'll definitely help reach more people and have more of an impact. So, but yeah, I'm trying. So I appreciate all of you guys being here today, though, in the chat. And we just kind of hit the go live button, and we were kind of testing out if our internet connection was good enough to even pull off a little live stream. Usually it's not, so we've been fortunate today, and it's been a nice treat having you all hang with me. So looks like we are having a little bit of lag though again, so I don't know. Maybe I just need to move around more, not getting enough video footage to make YouTube happy. Let's see. Alan says, I pray you keep doing it. I ride the way I ride because of you. You really put things in perspective for me. Awesome, Alan. I'm glad to hear that. You guys are real nice. It's a good thing my camera's far away. You don't have to see me get embarrassed. But yeah, no, that's kind of one of my goals, right? That's why on the range, especially when I teach students, I'm really animated and kind of passionate and emphasize certain things, because I want some of this stuff to sink in, and I want it to stick with people, so that way when they leave me and they're out on the road by themselves and I'm not there to help, they can still hear some of the lessons and my voice, and hopefully it'll stay with them and help them make the right decisions and choices. So that's cool. I'm glad to hear that that's the case for you, and I hope it stays that way. And I hope I can continue to bring more value and education and information to you to help you continue to progress and grow and stay safe. So, Motoring with Mouseball is still here. All right. So yeah, Trevor wants to know about engine rebuilds. You guys need to link up. Let's see. Alan, you should go to different cities and offer paid training. Help us to be better and safer. I'd pay for it. I'm sure most folks would as well. Yeah, I mean, okay. That's where we're at. That was kind of one of our ideas with coming out to Colorado, was to broaden the horizon, reach some more people. I think one of our stops after this is probably going to be to head to Cali, and because they have a big total control operation out there as well, probably MSF too. But probably going to swing out to Cali for a bit, teach out there for a while, and then yeah, like ideally we'd like to make the rounds and just travel and stop in lots of locations over a certain season, and hit up many places and reach many people, and do, you know, public group classes, private classes, all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's the goal. We're working toward it. We'll see how we do. But yeah, if we're ever in the area, we'll reach out, Alan, so you can come get some lessons. Trevor, I'm in Barbados. So your reach is already far. Barbados? I didn't know you're in Barbados. Wow. That you might be my farthest reach at this point then, Barbados. That's cool. Send me a postcard. Actually, I'll just come to you. That'll encourage me to come to people if they're in tropical warm locations. That's definitely where I like to be. So probably my favorite place in the world is the beach. So any excuse to get out there. I need to pull up a map and actually see where Barbados is, because it's from, the name is familiar, but I'm drawing a blank picturing like where it is in relation to me. Barbados. I don't know if it's down the Caribbean. I want to say that's my first guess. Pirates of the Caribbean. Captain Barbados. Captain Barbosa. I'd say Captain Barbados. That's his new name, guys. Anytime you watch Pirates of the Caribbean from now on, you gotta say Captain Barbados. Man, I'm correct. All right, Caribbean. Yeah, I've spent some time down in like San Juan, Puerto Rico. So beautiful down there. Love it. Some good surfing, some good beaches. Love it down there. Your knowledge is valuable. You should be compensated for it. Well, I'm glad you feel that way. And you know, if you're ever inclined, we got the memberships now for the channel, so feel free to join up and show some support. But that's one of our kind of ideas for this year, is for, you know, giving something to the community worth value, the information on the channel as well as the merchandise and stuff like that. So we'll see what comes of it. But all right, well, I'm not too bad with my geography then. Barbados is in the, now I want to figure out what's the proper pronunciation. Is it Caribbean or Caribbean? Because I hear it said both ways, and usually there's like a local native way to say something, and then there's the tourist way to say it. So I always like to learn how the natives and locals say it, so I don't look like a tourist. I went out, spent some time in China, went out to Shanghai and Beijing, and I was trying to learn as much as I could from the locals and natives, so that I wasn't walking around being a big flappy gum tourist, you know. I want to be respectful and do things the right way. So. But yeah, I want to know Caribbean. I feel like they both work. It just depends on how you're feeling that day. So yeah, one of the lessons, let's see if I can pull something up real quick for anybody who's still hanging out. This is actually one of my ideas for today's stream, if we could get it going. So maybe we can give you guys a little something to look at. So yeah, this how to ride a motorcycle category is something I was talking about earlier, as far as step-by-step instruction, going through all the steps, how to start it, how to shut it off, friction zone, how to start moving, how to stop moving, all these things, how to park, how to shift. So trying to get all those figured out. But yeah, in the past I've done option 1, but both work. Okay, I don't remember which one was option 1. Caribbean maybe. Caribbean kind of flows off the tongue a little easier, right? Caribbean. It's kind of a little more challenging. Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean. I feel like with that movie they advertise it as Caribbean, right? Pirates of the Caribbean. Anyway. So one thing, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Dan the Fireman, but on his channel in the past he's done like motorcycle crash reviews and stuff like that, and I think they're pretty valuable. I've attempted to do a few in the past, bring up some Moto Madness video or something like that, and just critique some of the crash videos. But if for anybody who is hanging out right now, if you're interested, we can jump in and try to find one to watch. There was a video a while back that I did want to touch on, where a motorcyclist was doing like 150 on a crotch rocket on the highway and lane splitting, and then they rear-ended a pickup truck doing like 150, and the rider survived but was really messed up. So I was trying to do like a kind of review of that one and critique some of the things that were obviously wrong with it. But yeah, I'd like to get footage, maybe some of my own footage of just riding around, and like pull up a clip, just a few minutes long, riding through some twisties or doing this and that, or through the city, and then do like a real-time live breakdown of where I'm at lane position wise, what I'm doing with my controls, where I'm looking, and what the thoughts probably are going through my head in those situations and stuff. So stuff I gotta think about. What's the best recipe for that? Yeah, let's see if we can pull up. I mean, we can just type in like motorcycle crash, right? Motorcycle crashes. I wonder if shorts would be a good idea, because they're short. I could just watch one quickly and then critique it. Or we could find like individual crashes, because you got these compilations too that all these channels are doing nowadays. So maybe that's the right way to go. I feel like we've seen some of these. Riding fails and crashes. Yeah, I mean, any of these would be probably pretty useful. Gotta figure out if our connection's good enough right now, though. Let's give it a try. We can always tweak it later. So let's pop one of these open and see.
Gives any amateur instantly flush, center face contact, and perfectly accurate golf.
All right, we got some close calls, some crashes on this one, but every.
All right, let's chill the music for a second. And then we'll see. Yeah, we're definitely getting a lot of lag from something. How's it going? It's funny because on my end, the program looks super smooth and everything's flowing pretty good. And then on YouTube, it's kind of stuttering and stuff, so. Way she goes, boys. Alright, see if we can pause the music. I don't know what this widget thing is. Stream health. Alright. Yeah, we had an excellent connection going for a while and then it started screwing up, so. See if I can do one little thing here to adjust it real quick. Probably got too many things going at once. Let's try to turn that off. And we'll come back over here. See if that helps us. Alright, so we're gonna, I guess, mute this for now. I guess we don't have to. We're just doing this for education, right? Don't matter. So let's pull this up. Auto quality might be kind of crappy.
All right, we got some close calls, some crashes
So
on
some
this one.
speed wobble going. Looks like some gravel there. Side of a car. I think that's my main problem with most of these videos when I try to do this. Okay, yeah, no problem, Mouseball. Closing up shop. Sounds like you get to go home and relax soon, so that's good news. But cool. So yeah, I'm about to hop in here and try to watch some of these crashes real quick and see if we can analyze any of these, and then maybe we can break them down later and turn them into some videos to help people out. But what I was saying is a lot of the problems with watching these that I've experienced in the past was more often than not, the only thing that needs to change in most of these crash videos is the rider's brain, you know. They're usually just riding outside their limits, going too fast, all that. All right, Trevor, I appreciate you hanging out, brother. It's good to hear from you. Hope to see you again soon. Gonna probably try and do some more of these little Q&As and live streams and stuff, so pop in when you get the chance. But yeah, a lot of these crashes can be easily avoided by just not riding outside your limits, not speeding, and not being stupid. So yeah, take care, Trevor. I think it was Trevor that said today was his birthday. Happy birthday, Trevor. Let me make sure. I think it was Trevor. I think today was your birthday. Well, I hope you have an awesome birthday, Trevor. Appreciate you hanging out with me on for some of it. I feel honored. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. So he even said right there, probably a lot of gravel. And then the stuff on the screen, there was a lot of gravel and sand along this area. You will notice the other person riding with them brake on this turn. So that's what I was just talking about earlier. If you slow down ahead of time before you enter this turn, then you don't have to be braking in the turn when you say, oh crap, there's gravel. If you're already aware in this, like in the straightaway right now, he was already aware that there's gravel. So stop accelerating towards a turn up ahead, you know? Simple. But let's check it out. So yeah, you can even see the rate of speed going through this turn. Wow, all the way over the yellow line. I didn't expect that. But clearly this rider was going too fast. And if there would have been a vehicle coming in the oncoming lane, they would have had a head-on collision right there and died. So. And then they still end up crashing. Wow. We take these turns on a daily basis, but as I committed to the turn, I ran into some gravel. As the back tire slid, I hesitated, which changed my commitment on the turn. Clearly, this was my error. Yeah, and I wouldn't say it had anything to do with the turn or the gravel. It was the setting yourself up for success before the turn that got you in trouble. So, or the lack thereof. Yeah, as soon as you have that moment where you say, "There's some gravel on the road," that's it, right? There's your warning. There's your heads up. There's your awareness. Don't keep cruising, hauling butt. You saw gravel. Slow down. All right, so this guy's doing 130. Hanging on for dear life. You can see he's just wearing a t-shirt. Got exposed arms right there. So yeah, that speed wobble thing, people call it death wobble, speed wobble. It can be a mechanical issue with your bike. It can be just a rider error, like most things. But the best way to handle one of those speed wobbles is to try to slowly use throttle control and return your throttle to kind of a slower decelerating position. Sometimes people will say to throttle out. You can adjust your weight, shift it back onto the rear tire. It's the big thing is that rider kind of decelerating, holding on for dear life, allowing that bike to kind of regain that, I don't know what you want to call it, but stability, I guess, with the front wheel. But motorcycles work kind of like a shopping cart as far as the wheels go. Like you're pushing from the back, pushing the cart forward, and those front wheels, if you've ever seen, they just kind of are like loose and are able to rotate one way or another. And by pushing, you cause that front wheel to straighten out and to follow that trajectory and that path. So that's kind of how motorcycles work too, is the same way. The rear wheel has the power, it's pushing the bike along, and then the front wheel is the steering. So oftentimes when you get that speed wobble and death wobble, that front wheel is kind of going all over the place. You need to influence the rear wheel a little bit to adjust that. So let's see what we got. Got a quick message from Instructor Val. All right, let's check out this next one.
It's bad enough if you're in a car and this happens, but if you're on a motorcycle, then that's definitely a scary sight.
So right away, here's our view coming up ahead, right? We got a 2-lane highway here out in this pretty mountain region. Got semi-truck coming. You can see behind the semi, there's like a line of cars already. Semi-truck typically going a little bit slower. I'm leaving work to go back to work. Okay. Well, I guess you're not done for the day and you're able to go relax then, but I hope you do get to relax at some point. Squid activities, yeah. That's, I guess, a good way to categorize it, right? Just squids, I always thought referred to kind of like riding with no gear, but there's definitely a name to apply to like the mentality of riding this way. Just not safe, not smart. But yeah, we got the semi-truck going. It's probably going too slow for this van or Hummer or pickup truck, whatever this is, coming into our lane. And they're trying to pass, and boom, motorcycle. So here we go. So right here, you got a chance to decide. It's like right here, if this is me on my bike, as soon as I see this poking out, what am I going to do right here? My choices are nothing. Just sit where I'm at, kind of on the white line right here, and hope for the best. Judging by how this gap's going to close, I'm probably not going to have that much room if this vehicle stays in my lane coming at me and the semi-truck is right there. I might be able to sneak by right on this white line with like an inch of room to spare, maybe. So I don't really want to take that chance. Another option I have is to go, it looks like kind of the speed strips on the right side here. The shoulder's a little bit chunky right there. So it looks like you might be able to cut into that and then cut over that. I'm not sure if there's just an asphalt kind of tar snake poured there or if there's a bump. But it looks like you can move over onto the shoulder here. So that's probably where I'm going to try and go. Let's see what he chooses. Wow. So that is not the right choice, right? So getting over on the shoulder was good, but throwing up the middle finger is not good because the situation isn't over yet, right? Show you right here. Hasn't even gotten out of trouble yet, but already has one hand up throwing the finger. This is a problem because if this white, I think it ends up being a van or something, right? But this vehicle coming in our lane, they might freak out still here right now and still swerve over and still end up hitting us. So we need to have both hands on our hand grips, be ready to react again, respond again, and not just have one hand up in the air thinking we're macho and cool, you know? Not the way to be. But it all worked out, so that's good. Yeah, that's bad. So you can already see the rider. It's just another example of not slowing down before the turn. A bad line selection. Notice how close they are to the yellow lines here. If they were on the outside, slow down, big head turn, they'd make this turn no problem. This is a baby turn. There's no reason to run wide in a turn like this ever. So just slow it down and then creep through it. Work on your line position, stuff like that. But yeah, you can see this rider, it doesn't look like they ever slowed down. Their body position looks pretty neutral. The bike's leaning way over, like they're trying to save it, but it's too late. And they're just going to accelerate off the road into the grass. Mailbox, boom.
I got you.
You hear a lot of people talk
And you say, I got you. It's like,
and they've done a ton of work on their house.
he's already crashed.
You good? I got you.
And his leg's pinned under the tire. He don't look that good.
So just sit down, man. Just sit down.
At least he's got some good boots on.
You're good. I got.
I'm working on YouTube videos like you. All right. So I end up feeling kind of bad that more often than not in these crashes, I feel kind of bad for the bike, you know? I feel bad for the person if they're injured and everything, but I feel bad for the bike. You got this nice Ducati right here getting trashed. All right, let's see what we got next.
The rider was okay, but the bike ended up being totaled by their insurance company. Keep your eyes on the rider up ahead. Tail of the Dragon is one of the most
Hey, Tail of the Dragon.
common places where riders go down with all the twists and turns.
So one of the most common places riders go down with all the twists and turns. So a lot of riders come out here and try to ride these roads but don't know how, so they end up crashing. And so far, I mean, we had a bike up ahead. We got this guy. Everything's looking okay. Looks like we got some gear on. Might be a little distracted by like this GPS. Get that crap out of here. We don't need it.
And that's what happened to this rider.
You can see where his line position is already. It's a good same example as the last crash. He's basically on top of the double yellow line already here. So it's not where we want to be. We want to be way over on the outside close to the white line, or at least in the middle. That way we can see around this turn sooner. We're in a better position. We don't have to lean as much. Notice with this lean, just from the camera perspective, it looks like our bike is probably leaning over that yellow line. So if another vehicle comes the opposite direction, we have a chance to get hit. If another biker comes the opposite direction with bad line position, just like we have here, then we're going to hit each other. So need to adjust. Looks like his buddy crashed.
You okay? You good?
This one's bad. Notice this rider's doing, what, 49 on the Speedo? Or is that a 43? Looks like a 49. Doing 49 on the Speedo. Got some music playing, looks like, on the phone. cruising around at night, car pulling out, left side of the vehicle, gonna crash right into it.
This was a really bad situation and one of the biggest fears of riding a motorcycle, car cutting you off. Now, as bad as this one looked, it could have been much worse.
Don't move, brother. Stay right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got a bike accident, motorcycle accident on.
Try not to move.
Everybody else is good?
You what?
Everybody else is good?
We're always thinking about you. I'm on Battlefield, Campbell.
Okay. Aftermath. Everybody stands around, doesn't know what they're doing. This almost looks like PA, Philly area. That's probably Cali though. So we got lane splitting going. We got the motorcycle rev bombing everybody. Revving their bike at cars. This is just a matter of being patient.
Right, now keep your eyes on that red car. I don't know if he just didn't see the
Non-issue.
biker or just flat out didn't care, but this is what he did.
Yeah, it's in the blind spot, right? So this red car is merging over on top of us. We're in the blind spot. They don't see us at all, so no surprise here. But yeah, they come over on you. You got plenty of space here. Smooth braking. Let them come over. No big deal. Anticipate that's gonna happen in these little roundabouts ahead of time. Then it's not anything to worry about. Yeah, same thing here. Blind spot coming up pretty fast. Cars merging over.
When it comes to lane splitting, a lot of riders do it because it gets you to where you want to be faster, and it also kind of prevents cars hitting you from behind. And that's exactly what these riders were doing. They're trying to get a little bit further up ahead in a safer way, but unfortunately, lane filtering can be risky too.
I guess I'm lane splitting again. I forgot that, I figure, why sit there? Oh.
So tow truck driver opened the door on him. Try to come talk some
I had my
shit,
camera on too. I had this camera on too.
and then ends up helping him pick up the bike. Just a matter of people need to, coexist, work together, and not be out to get one another. All right, looks like we're in a group ride, giving some signals to someone behind him, maybe. Says here's the turn. Wow. Okay. So the lead rider gave some kind of little signal that maybe this was their turn coming up, and then started slowing down, preparing to make the turn. And clearly this rider following didn't get the message and just come blasting up, and looked like